So today we've got a Midland 77805 of some version or another. He sent a microphone in for rewiring, which I've rewired, but the microphone doesn't work. That's a shame, isn't it? Because it's a waste of the customer's money. Right. See if we can find a pen. So we'll run it on my mic instead of the customer's one. No idea what the date is, it really doesn't matter. Midland 77805 something or other. Oh, UK is the better one. Eight oh nine oh 1341. So I understand he's bought this, and let's see what happens. So with my speaker mic, we are lit up and it's come on channel 14. That's not a normal noise for... That is not normal noise. Okay, I've not got the other bank of cameras on. Let's just switch those on. And then we can do picture in picture. So, there we go. And there we go. Transmit. Spot on. I'll just turn my monitor receiver off. Right, get the clipboard back. Channel 20 is 2.6 watts. Channel 40, 2.5 watts. Channel 1, 2.65 watts. Yep, that's what we've got. Low power is 170. The transmit current on full power is 855 milliamps. Deviation, while I'm on channel 1, while it looks to be spot on. And frequency show you that 27,79121. So it is spot on, isn't it? The TX meter reads 4 bars. That's kind of full volume. It's not right, is it? So we'll put 2779125 in on the signal generator. We've got some very strangled audio there. It's 100 microvolts. It's reading pretty low. Not that this is there anything to calibrate anything by. It's 300. No, it's not. It's 100 millivolts. Right, we'll plug in the test equipment so that into the extension speaker socket. Of course, it sounds just as lousy. We'll look at the synod meter, see what we've got. And it's 300, let's get that right, no, it's 30 microvolts for 12 dB. It's 18 microvolts for 10 dB. And I don't expect it's going to do, no, it will not do that. Squelch. Squelch to full. Squelch never opens. And at threshold, is 2.5 microvolts. It's about the only thing that reads. Right, so in his own speaker mic, the actual speaker inside there is duff. So because the speaker inside there is duff, it's also used as a microphone, that's duff too. Probably had it at quite high volume at some point, which isn't what they're intended for. If you're going to use these in a vehicle, you need to be using them with an extension speaker. Now, what are those little speakers rated at? 100 milliwatts or something? Right, so basically transmitter's working, receive isn't. And we will open it up. He sent the side screws, which is always a danger, because we're likely to lose them. So although I'll put it with these other screws, not ideal. Bearing in mind, I haven't got a speaker, and we'll open the what would be the speaker lid, because it could just be the detector that's miles out. On the other hand, it could be dry joints. So it's nice and clean. I'm just going to go straight for the detector, see whether we can fix this in seconds. I need to go and practice the organ. I've got a wedding tomorrow at a church I've never been to before. So put 100 microvolts on the signal generator, which is what we've got. And the detector is... it's that one there, isn't it? And that's because it's been dropped and we've got a duff filter. That's brought the receive up, but it's still strangled. The socket's also loose. I don't know, is that part of the moulding that's broken? Right, we're going to transmit. No quick fix on that, I don't think. Hope it's not the audio IC. Right, on transmit, we're on channel 20. Centre of the peak. 2.7 watts. It's a bit better, we've gone over the 3. That's 3.9. So let's see how that's balanced over the 40 channels. Channel 40, 3.85. Channel 1, 4 watts. Right, let's see what current consumption is. 1.04. Now we'll try that again at channel 20. 1.03. God, I'm always putting things. No, that's the right place. Let's look where the low power is now. It's still low, so is it that adjustment? It is. That's now 400 milliwatts. We'll come back to deviation using another test set which I haven't switched on yet. I'll go for a coffee break, set the frequency. Let's get the frequency counter up. Coffee break and an organ break. Have a quick look at the underside. So we're now taking this from a retune and test to a repair. See where all the missing audio is going. Dry joint somewhere down there. We could have got the vibrator out, couldn't we? See if we can see it quickly. Pretty awful looking joints. Okay, so back with this, and not only done the dry joints but also gone over with isopropyl alcohol. So hopefully now this is dried 40 minutes later, the radio will still work. And that sounds absolutely normal. Right, I'll just carry on with where we were with deviation. We're going to use our mic, and I'll just connect. You know what, I still haven't switched the other test set on, so we won't do the deviation, we'll carry on with the receiver. Now, just before we do that, transmit is, it should be 4 bars. Yeah, it's doing 4 watts, now it's cooled down. It should be 4 bars. Need to adjust that, so well, it's not going to show 4 bars, is it? And on low power it's supposed to be 1. Oh, I'm the other way round, aren't I? What a prat. So we should just have 4 bars, which we have, and in low power it should be 1, which it is. Finally got it right. So that's going to be receive meter, we'll do that at the end. So I've actually done the receive, brought it up a long way, because apart from the 20 dB the figures are still valid, because it was only lack of volume and being strangled. So it's like all the receiver had been muddled up in an attempt to get this to receive with any volume. So we'll start again with 100 microvolts on the signal generator. Let's make sure we've got that. Make sure the signal generator is on frequency. 27 is not. I was also going to get the electrics trimmer out for 5 minutes around the power things. I've got a club meeting here tomorrow, but it's raining, isn't it? We'll have to find a way through the nettles. Right, let's put a decent amount of volume on so that we've got a decent trace. There we go. So once again we'll check the detector. It's a little bit out from where I had it with the restricted volume situation. So go over to the synod meter. About 4 dB there, so we're not saturating the receiver. A little bit more there. Drop the attenuator a little bit. Right, let's get a new reading for our sensitivity. Certainly wants to be under 1 microvolt. It is, it's 0.58. For 10 dB, 0.52. And for 20, which it may even actually do, it's not far off being 1. Alright, 1.2. Right, before we move on to the squelch, let's put S9 equivalent on the signal generator. We've got that. See whether we can bring that up a bit on the meter. Maybe we can, maybe we can't. That's the maximum. So we are there. I'd like to be able to take it to plus 30 and then back with the preset, but that's maximum sensitivity, so it's okay. So we can actually tick that off. Tick that off. Now we'll do the squelch. Sometimes it's a bit inadequate. You find by the time somebody's 3 miles away, there's no lights at all. Anyway, it's only there as an aid, isn't it? Squelch, squelch, squelch. Here we go. Squelch to full. So it wasn't opening at all. So what I need to now do is adjust the preset. I think it's... Oh, I get muddled up between deviation and squelch. Well, we've not set either. Well, that must be deviation. Nope. Here we go. Tell you what, let's find out which deviation is. I'll just do it into this test set, which we know isn't accurate on deviation always. Wow. Right, that is deviation, so we're satisfied. So this is squelch. No matter how many of these sets I do, you know, I won't remember. So that's maximum squelch, or shall we say minimum. So let's see what it is. It is 1.7 millivolts for maximum squelch. Higher than I'd like, but at least it opens. And it wasn't doing badly, to be honest, on minimum. So let's go for minimum now. It's been adjusted. Set threshold. .62. Excellent. So that just leaves us now with the deviation to do on the other test set. So I'll turn picture in picture off, which it probably was anyway. And see if there's anything we can do with these mic. I found a couple of speakers that have been passed on to me by viewers over the years. It's always possible that one may fit and may be usable, which is better than sending his mic back in the state it came, as in non-working, especially after I've gone to the trouble and expense of putting a plug on, which he'd still need to pay for. Right. See what this test set's got to show. Wow, it's just slightly high now, bearing in mind I've fiddled with it. It's that one. Wow, there we go. About 2.7 where I'd guesstimated it to. tell you what, that's the right one for that side. Just put a couple of screws in that to hold it. Got to be careful that people don't send things in for repair unsolicited. Must run me by anything by me by email first, because I know we normally trade only, but we'll do some end users if you ask nicely. Got a, I think it was via a comment, it could have been via email, but somebody got one of those Midland Power Max sets, and they're all the ones which purport to be 2781 UK channels. So all the ones I've seen so far are illegal conversions, and I can't do them unless we convert them back to CPT. So that's something which, if it had come in for repair, I'd automatically convert it back to CPT, and they may be disappointed. And then the other one that could happen is people with the possibility of illegal radios. Bearing in mind, I'm a commercial two-way radio engineer who will also do UK FM CB radios, and mainly aiming at 2781 stuff. And although we will do later models, including current models, they have to be strictly UK legal. And remember, this is an SSB free zone, so there are half a dozen sets which since 2014, when the UK has been allowed to have SSB on CPT channels, that's those 40 channels from 27965 to 27405, with up to 12 watts peak envelope power of a single sideband. It's since 2014 and on CE approved radios. And I think somebody tried running past me one of those export radios that and then you start getting kind of rude comments back, which is, it's like taking a grey import car for MOT, and the MOT garage says, well, we can't do it, it's a grey import. And I mean, at the end of the day, I'm supposed to report anything that comes in that's not legal. So I have to be strictly by the book, and we don't offer services out of the trade anyway, but when we do, it needs to be on what's UK legal. Many years ago I did do international repairs, and very closely got into trouble for it. So there we are. Where are we? We've got their mic, haven't we? So their mic, let's turn that radio off, because I know you like listening to the 1 kHz tone like I do all day. So the speaker element is open circuit. So I've actually spent more time on this microphone than I have on servicing this radio. And it's come with 3 screws and not 4. It's come with no hang up, and it came with no plug on the end. And I've put this plug on the end. I haven't finished it, as you can see. And this speaker is open circuit. So if we bring the meter into play here, on ohms, we will see that it is open circuit. It runs through that transformer as a speaker and a microphone. So the question is this: 16 ohms, I won't be able to do that. What have we got which will actually fit? Well, you know what, that might fit. And all I can do is, well, this is better than nothing, isn't it? Might sound crap, but it's better not sounding at all. Look, there's a piece of metal in there, which isn't my doing on this occasion. So we'll test that. And there we are. I've dug another speaker out, which is, so some viewers have kindly sent these in, that's too big, but this looks like the right size. So I've already kind of peeled away the glue. However, we'll run, when we do the on the air test, we'll use my microphone, which is a factory original, and then we'll move over to this one, which is bound to sound different. So there we go, that's the blue one. And then we'll peel those back. We need to recover the bit of braid between chassis and negative, like that. And let's hope we can scrape away enough to get that braid to stick. I think it was Eddie who kindly sent these speakers in. This is the only speaker we've got in the entire premises that is going to fit in this hole. And if it works, we'll put some Bostik impact adhesive on it. So we want the orange wire to positive, we want the main part of this braid to negative, not wanting to solder. Could also do without using a magnestat soldering iron next to a magnet. Right, so the moment of truth. Plug the mic in. Oh, we've got receive. Turn my monitor receiver down. Wallow 1 2 and test 1 2. See what deviation we've got. Wallow. It's about the same, 2.5 on this one. Right. Get that screwed together with what screws it's come with. He is so lucky. It was those 3 screws. Oops, What's a potential wire trap there? Sounds like there's a bit of noise, of rustle on this. Turn the volume down. Testing 1 2, testing 1 2 3 4 5. 1 2 3 4 5. 1 2 3 4 5. 1 2 3 4 5. There is a bit of rustle on the mic lead, and there you go. That's, at least it's working with 3 screws. I know I've supplied standard replacement mics, which are ordinary mics for this gentleman. But it's nice to have an original one, but unfortunately, now with the wrong actual speaker in it. It's taken twice as long to do the mic as it did to do the radio. So his radio wasn't working because of a dry joint around the audio IC, so that's been dealt with, and I've cleaned the printed circuit board. And then we fitted a plug to this Duff mic to find it's still a Duff mic. So put a different speaker inside, gets it to work, and we find a rustly mic lead. I'm sure it's quite usable. Right. Hopefully I've not lost the little screw. Nope. Still in the packet. Check the packet on the floor for sweeping up in the next 10 years. Just going to compare deviation between our mic and that mic. Wow, it's just peaking above 2.5 on that, and on our factory original, wow, it's about the same. So that's all right. I think it's a bit bassier with the wrong impedance unit. Notice I think ours is a bit later one with the recessed screws and the red button. Well, I'll make sure that stays with our set. So what do we do about this? Do we put a bit of hot glue on it to stop it moving? Yeah, I think we do just that. Right, so we'll put a bit of hot glue down there to help with the way that's come away, and what else? Let's put the lid on it. It's 2.2 to 2.5, and retune and test, dry joints, mic repair, fit mic Plug. Re-5 in. Replace speaker. Used. There we go. Now they're not, as far as CB mics goes, they must be the hardest one there is. So I'm not surprised he's asked me to do that. And it's so difficult when you then find it doesn't work. You think, oh, where have I gone wrong? Well, you haven't gone wrong, it doesn't work. This could be the first time ever it's going back with the screws it came with. So it's worked out a nice radio. Right, we'll use our, I do make these, so Mr. Chippy makes these, and something we do on eBay, so that these can be powered. So we do these to an open end. Well, we could put fag lighter plugs on, but then that's not how most people want to power them. Right, get that powered up. Most of these sets are floating around on eBay, minus the mic, minus the power lead, aren't they? Right, let's plug. I'm going to use our mic. No, that's our Cybernet mic. I'm going to use our mic. Turn the test gear off, do a final check. Everything's working, yep. That's fine. Right, we'll go over to the aerial instead. Put it on 19. Usual off-frequency racket of people on dodgy radios and dodgy power levels from Nottingham. One down, Roger. $19, Roger. Right, we'll leave that on and do an on-the-air test later on. So there we are, another Midland porta pack back in working order. Wonder when that might last worked. Thanks for watching.